I just realized I'm rocking the David Foster Wallace bandana today. I don't care, dude. I don't even care.
Bandana Russ for March.
Bandana
Crazy. Bandana Russ is wild.
Yeah, I've got my like Burning Man look going on here. You know, let's go.
Chill. Oh man. Oh, Isaiah took 16 threes is wow. Let's go. Love it.
Take it.
Went back home and for real went crazy. A win is a win. Honestly, man, I guess we'll talk about it, but I was telling Zion before you got up here, Russ, I had kind of resigned to the fact that I'm not going to be upset if we lose this game. I'll take the week off before the tournament. Like,
I would have been upset.
I wouldn't have been upset at all if we would have lost this game. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, of course I was cheering for us to win, but you know, I don't know, man. This game was a little too physical. Like I said, I ain't like to see Slim kept hitting the floor, stuff like I don't know, man. Now I'm nervous. Anytime anybody fall or anybody step wrong or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's bubble wrap everybody, man. Let's just get to Greenville.
Put the comments on.
I said that too on TikTok. I don't know what's up with FSU. FSU, and they I shout out to McCray. He said it. He got behind that mic yesterday and said we've been waiting on this. And I was like, yeah, all right, bro. We're gonna see what's up. He came prepared, he was ready.
Hold on, let me see. I tweet this out.
Check man Dave panicking already, man.
Tech man Dave
in the chat panicking, yo. Somebody said lose tomorrow. Let's get ready. Now we can't lose, bro. I mean, honestly, yo, I did not want to play 3 games in 3 days. I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. I just did not think that was a good idea, but you know, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it.
We're gonna talk about it, but yeah, that is
now we gotta win, especially if in Carolina. We definitely can't lose now.
Okay. All right. There we go. Let's get it started.
Yeah.
I flipped over my couch. Tech man.
Hey man, they ain't gotta calm down, man. It's gonna be all right, bro. It's gonna be all right.
Where this dang intro? Okay, there we go.
The 3 of you guys, man, thank you for what you guys do, and appreciate you guys having me on.
We were trying not to score and everything. We got about 33s or something.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of felt that. We kind of feed off that energy.
This place is amazing. Like I really love Duke, and I love the atmosphere I'm in here.
Mark Williams, beast mode. Paolo first half, he had the cramping stuff. Fair enough. Beast mode.
We're back. The Crazie Cast after the first game in the ACC tournament, the quarterfinals. Duke defeats FSU 80-79 in a nail biter. I know hearts were racing. I know, there was a lot of drama involved. There's a lot of panic involved. The comments are already jumping into it, saying I'm worried. It's everything that I guess people worried about when we lost your 2 starters came out on the timeline tonight. But Duke prevails, and at the end of the day, it's survive and advance in March. That's all we care about. And Duke survives FSU for the 2nd time this season. So I'm here with my guy Russ and my guy Jamahal. We'll break it down. We'll see how long this weekend is going to be. Might be three straight episodes, so tap in with us, follow, subscribe, like, share, rate us on Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. Fellas, how we feeling after that dramatic victory?
I mean, I feel good. We won. And some of the things were a little anomalous, right? Like FSU shooting, what'd they shoot from 3? I mean, 40% on the game, but 47% in that first half, right? They sort of came back down to earth. I mean, big reason why we won, obviously, is because they got a little closer to their average, but they shoot like 33% on the season from three. They shot, I forgot I texted you guys, but they shot like 65% from 64%. And I mean, what that tells me, like normally they make like 52% of their twos. That tells me we miss Pat, right? Like Pat is so clearly, one of our two most important defenders. I would potentially argue that he is our most important defender, period. We missed him there. He's also obviously one of our like three best offensive players in terms of his role within the offense, how he passes, the high-low stuff, the screens, the offensive rebounding, the putbacks, the lobs. I mean, when in doubt, you got Pat down there, right? Like, so that really, really hurts to not have Pat in a game like this. And we've seen this before too, right? The game that we struggled on the road against Louisville, where you had to make the huge comeback because Pat didn't play like the first half. And then obviously the UNC game where he didn't play very much either, right? When Pat doesn't play, it makes our job a lot harder. And, you also have to give credit to Florida State. They're a top 40 team per Bart Torvik since January 1st. I believe they are a top 30 team since February 1st. They are one of the better teams in the ACC with how they've been playing over the last 2 months. So you got to give it up to them. They made a lot of hard shots. They made more threes than they normally do. They finished their shots at the rim. They put Duke in some tough situations defensively, especially in the first half. What can you say? You got to tip your cap when they play really well. But again, Duke missed 12% more free throws than they normally do. Missed more threes than we normally do. We're down 2 starters, but I think even most importantly, we are down the starter that we should get back for the tournament, knock on wood. The one that, again, grounds our defense. There is no chance they make 65% of their twos or whatever they made if Pat's in that game. Even for 18 minutes, 15 minutes, it doesn't matter. 15 minutes of Pat would have made an enormous difference on this game. So, I think throughout this entire ACC tournament, it's going to be a win is a win. Just win the games. Doesn't matter how. Do your best. Try to win. If you lose, keep everybody healthy. Get everybody ready for first, second game of the NCAA tournament. Best our capability can handle. Right. So, it is what it is. And it was just good to win. I'm really grateful we won. Huge game from Slim. Caden with the big shot at the end. Cam Boozer, even in a bad game, I feel like everyone is always like, this was a bad game for him. And it's always like 23 and 10 or whatever he had there. He had some ridiculous stat line. Yeah, what was it? 20.
23. Yeah, 23, 10, and 4.
I was making that up. That's great.
23, 10, and 4.
Yeah. Malik made some big defensive plays. Dame played the second half, some big defensive plays. Nick played a great game.
Shout out Nick, man.
Caden, even with the struggles that Caden had shooting the ball from the outside, and committed some early fouls. He had the wherewithal to be in the right place at the right time, finish the shot when it mattered. He had that big and one as well. I'm really hopeful that those sorts of things will give him the confidence going forward that we'll need in tomorrow's game.
Okay. So I feel, of course, I'm glad we won. I kind of had mixed emotions because coming into the tournament, I initially was like, all right, I don't want to win necessarily. I just don't necessarily care about winning. I prioritize health and extended rest so we can get the team completely healthy. And then I kind of thought about it. This is a great opportunity for us to emergency practice, practice for emergency type situations in the tournament. Let's say we got Pat. Pat comes back. Pat has 3 fouls in the first half. We need to learn how to win a win or go home game in that situation. I don't want to be faced with a situation like that when it's really win or go home. And I don't care how many games you play in the regular season. I don't care what you try to do in practice. You cannot simulate a tournament situation. The fact that we were able to win a tournament game, because this is a win and you done type deal. Maybe you're not done completely, but the tournament's over. We lose. We had that pressure on us. and we had to actually come out and execute and win this game. So that's good practice for the real tournament. We played with foul trouble. We're playing with injuries in a situation when if we get into the NCAA tournament and we are limited for a stretch, I need to know that I can trust the guys to be able to pick up the slack. And all things considered, bro, everybody that is kind of like worried, you are looking at this game through the lens of the last month in which we were at full strength, in which we dominated pretty much everybody we played. That is not the same team. And you kind of have to be realistic about what we're dealing with. Missing 2 starters is hard to overcome for anybody in the country. Any team in the country, you take 2 starters away from them, they are going to struggle. You're going to see a diminished product like prior to what you saw like before the players were hurt. So all things considered, bro, Florida State was playing like the season was on the line because this is a win that they absolutely needed. We talked about it earlier before we got on. I honestly think that they're playing with 2 guaranteed pros in McCray and Jones. And I believe that honestly, Wiggins is a guy that could possibly be on a 2-way. So they have pros on their team. And they went out and played like they wanted to win this game, man. And sometimes in a tournament situation, you're going to play. This is like the equivalent of a game like we would possibly play in the second round. And if we get into a situation like this and a team like this with a team that has a guy that's going to play on the next level, I like to see we can handle it. And we passed the test tonight, man. I'm not one of them fans that's like, oh my gosh, we only won by 1 point. The sky's falling. Yes, we know we missed Caleb. And we were talking about that too. Shout out to Caleb Foster, man. I'm so sorry that you had to get hurt for the world to appreciate you, my brother. I'm so sorry that I've you know what I mean? I've been on the CFOS train all year. It's been a lot of Duke fans that wanted this man to transfer, and like y'all just been saying the crazy stuff about this man all year. Now look at you in the comments, all crying, teary-eyed because Caleb Foster hurt and missing Caleb Foster. I hate that this had to happen to you, my boy, but it matters. And like Russ said, honestly, we can absorb the blow and pick up some of the production that we got from Caleb. We can absorb that blow a lot better than the Pat and got like if Pat is hurt, bro, it is curtains for this team. Like, so to God be the glory that Pat's injury is not as bad as what like it could be, because
we hope.
Yeah, we hope. You know, I want to also say the offense, I know the shooting splits are bad, but the offense really is not that bad without Caleb and Pat in 2 games. I mean, like we smashed UNC on the glass. We smashed FSU on the glass, on the offensive glass specifically for both. And, you know, the shooting is going to be worse without Caleb. That goes without saying. And I think the finishing is going to be worse without those Pat lobs in there. That goes without saying as well. But, you know, something about this team through these 2 games, maybe it's just Malik eating it up, picking up the slack, you know, some of the other guys stepping it up. But, like, man, I can't recall, even this season, we've done a pretty good job rebounding. 18 rebounds to like 5 against UNC on the offensive glass, and in this game it was what 22 to 6.
22 to 6.
I mean,
yeah.
Like they clearly realize without these 2 guys in that our primary chance win the offensive glass, and luckily we've got the personnel to do that. So, you know, I'm very hopeful that we can continue that. Now we can't sustain that throughout like a whole NCAA tournament without Pat out there, but like, you know, at least in the short term, I think that's a really optimistic sign. I think that maybe there's some sustainability here.
Yeah, I will say offensively tonight, overall, it wasn't great. I think the numbers may be a little bit better than they are because Slim did a lot of the shouldering. You know, shout out to Slim. Slim, we were asking for Slim to be, you know, that next Superman that we needed. That star we needed, and he stepped up like 32 points tonight. Only thing I didn't like about this game, the game today, was him dribbling out the rock with about 15 seconds left, and they forced to feed the ball to Cam, and you know he gets blocked, and you almost have a scare. But besides that, Slim was great tonight. Made a great play defensively. You know, and he really stepped up to be that guy. You know, that elite scorer. We all know he is. Like, you can't say enough. 32 points. I mean, this is his city. He said it last year. This is his city. He's going to show up in his city, and that's what he did today. But going back to the game overall, FSU, like y'all said, some of these shots were ridiculous, bro. Like, Wiggins.
Did you see this comment? This comment drives me crazy. They played a 500 game. Like,
Oh my
gosh,
dude.
they played. They played
5%
from 2, like 40% from 3.
Like, yo, LeJay Jones averaged 12 points, and he's a baller. Don't get me wrong.
He made some pro shots. He made some professional type shots.
Pro shots. Like, he was 28 points tonight, 8 of 15, 4 of 8 from 3. A couple of those threes were just ridiculous. Like, Cam couldn't do anything. Like,
nothing. Really good defense.
There's nothing you could do. And
he's a 32% shooter from 3 on the season.
Honestly, I was really shocked that McCray missed that last shot, even though it was well defended by Dame. They had been hitting tough shots like that all night.
All game.
Yeah.
Wiggins was automatic in the mid-range. Like, traveled on one, a blatant
He
travel.
did. He
like,
traveled on one of them.
He was just shuffling both feet. But they had a lot of shots. You got to give them credit. You know, I know a lot of people were like, yo, you know, they're playing unrealistic. Maybe they hit a couple, like Russ said, they hit a couple more threes than they normally do, but this is their play style. They want to play fast. They want to get up threes. That's Luke Laux. That's him. That's him right there.
Eric Andre had the game of his life. You look like
But-
Eric Andre.
I didn't expect us to take a higher percentage of threes on the game than FSU did. That sort of feels like
Slim took 16 of them.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like we slipped back into how we were playing earlier in the season, and maybe part of that is maybe that's some of the like sort of downhill trickle of not having Caleb out there and not having like the passing of Pat at the top of the key and stuff like this. I mean, like maybe they can just pack the paint a little bit more, make it harder. Or maybe it was just really good game plan today. I don't know.
No, it was literally Slim, bro. 5. Boozer took 5. Sar took 3. Caden Boozer took 5. Nick took 4.
Yeah, but we also needed Slim to take them
we
for
did.
the most part. You know, like I'm not like if he needs to take 16 shots for us to win from 3, like then take the 16. I was just sort of surprised that there were so many from the other people. I mean, the Boozers combined for 10 attempts. You know, Nick took 4, Dame took 3. I mean, like it was just a lot of 3-point attempts in a way that I wasn't anticipating.
Yeah, and I also Ray Lynch commented. Shock Davis, new addition to the bench.
My life. This guy got this bad on our bench, bro.
I know people were saying the 2K My Career player showing up.
Genuinely did not know who he was.
Shout out to him. He's a practice player. I guess he's joining the bench now. I think he's mainly for if Duke is up by 15-20, we want to get out as much players as we can. So, you know, it'll be the Jack Scott.
So did y'all know who he was? I just wanted to make sure I want to.
Yeah, he's Brian Davis's son.
I don't know if that's verified though. I don't know.
I did not know that.
It's true.
I looked it up. I didn't see much, but I did find him in practice.
It's Brian's. Like, I mean, there's a 10% chance I'm wrong and it's his nephew, but I do know that it's
you related to Brian Davis from the 91-92 team.
That is my understanding from somebody that I trust.
Yeah, I did not know that.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Okay.
Yeah, but shout out to
related to Brian bare minimum.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to him. He's not people. I think people thought he was like all of a sudden gonna get minutes like that. No, it's not gonna. That would actually
need him to practice.
That would generally be a slap in the face to Jack Scott and Cam Sheffield. But no, shout out to him. 1-0 with him on the bench. Yeah, back to Florida State. I think I know a lot of people are thrown off with this is a team that's 9th in the ACC and giving us trouble. But I think it's more aligned with what Jamahal said. This could be a team you see in the second round. That is a tournament team that just unfortunately didn't have the resume. You know, they
Yeah.
since January they've been a tournament team.
They've been
I
the
think,
hottest team in the ACC behind us for the same stretch that we've been inside.
I'd argue they've been maybe like a top 4 team in the ACC since that stretch, and you know the talent they have.
Minimum top 5, but yeah, that means there are several teams in the ACC that are going to make the tournament that this team has been playing better than for the span of 2 months.
Better than Miami,
Somebody commented they
Ohio.
should get in over Auburn for sure. If Auburn was in consideration, they got to get in.
Better.
If they just won all their games, it wouldn't have been a problem.
I think FSU beats Miami over Ohio, but we're not going to go there. Wonder if any other Discord view in the chat.
I agree. Luckily, it doesn't. Luckily, the tournament isn't decided based on who would win on a neutral court.
Man, that sucks because they definitely deserve to be in over them, but resume wise, they don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think they would perform better in the tournament. But, you know.
Yeah, but and like I said to that point, someone said it as well. Like, you know, Florida State may just be a team that's our kryptonite at the end of the day. You know, I know we're missing 2 starters, but this was still reminiscent of a lot of the first game as well. Just a team that plays at that pace, gets up a lot of shots unconsciously.
I mean, honestly,
they made a lot of 2s and 3s in the last game too. I mean, 61% of their 2s and 46% of their 3s at home. Now, granted, the Tucker Center has been a problem for Duke forever.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, I'm not really sweating that one, but I mean, maybe Laux. But also, it's just one season. We'll see what happens.
Then again,
like, it may just be guys like
honestly,
Crazie
bro,
just get it. You know,
the way that this team defends, in order to do what Florida State did, you got to have guys that can make tough shots. They have a number of guys that specialize in making tough shots. You're not gonna get easy looks against this Duke team. Like, and
they got 17 points at FSU from a guy named Kobe McGee, who didn't score today. Who, like, I guess he played 19 minutes. I never realized there was a guy out there named Kobe McGee.
But their play style is exactly what, like, it can lose to anybody at any point, but it could beat anybody.
Beat anybody too, yeah.
Like I was saying in the Discord, like, me and Luke Laux have some overlap because he worked with the Nigerian national team, and the Nigerian national team, we did not have shooters. We did not have elite. So maybe Gabe Vincent at the time was cool.
I was about to say, don't do Gabe like that. No,
that's my dog. That's my dog. But we had a lot of like 35% shooters. They beat Team USA by going 20 of 42 from 3, and that was Luke Locke's offense. 20 of 42. We took 42 threes and beat Team USA. Like, this play style can beat anybody, but obviously you can also lose to a really bad team. Yeah. Like, it's just
the offense reminds me of a slightly worse Alabama, right? Like, you know, Alabama obviously makes, like, you know, 3% more of their threes or whatever, but like Alabama is not really a great rebounding team, and Alabama likes to run real fast, and, you know, and Alabama also has that thing where they can kind of, like, as we saw last year against us, they can get the break speed off them by a good team if those threes aren't falling, but if they are falling, they can kind of beat anybody. So, you know,
I think they're similar to Louisville too. Like, I just think they have a couple more ball handlers than Louisville. Like, whereas Louisville has only like one guy that can really create off the bounce and just really get to it. FSU has a couple of those guys.
I mean, Louisville might have other problems. I think that this is also why Duke, like, why Shire wanted to play this sort of style earlier in the year, right? Like, Duke was throwing up this percentage of threes during the year and going like, okay, we should play this way, because I think there's something to be said for, if you think you're the most talented team, you want to play as many possessions as
you want to get the most shots. Yep.
Because then it should average out. But then he correctly saw that, you know, in the faster tempo, we weren't playing as well as we were in stretches where it was a slower tempo. So it was like, all right,
it's hard to play efficiently.
Then let's adjust. Yeah.
All the time when you play fast. It really is. It's hard to be.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we had a McRae or if we had a LeBaron Filan, like, you know, a guy who's like your every possession type ball handler guy, then maybe that changes some of that. But like, we're also not trying to do that on offense. We're trying to run through the bigs. So, that, which I think will serve us really well in the later rounds of the tournament, hopefully, if we get there, right? So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, they played really well against us in 2 games this year. There's no question.
Yeah. Now let's talk about some of the negatives we saw tonight, because there were a couple of things. The biggest thing that actually scared me going forward, and then Shire actually flipped it. I'll just like the Caden Boozer being left alone, getting the Ben Simmons, Trey Jones treatment. Shire actually fixed it, temporarily with the small lineup by putting Caden as a screener. Also put Caden in the dunker spot to kind of eliminate that type of defense.
It scared you, like the fact that he was missing, or the fact that what scared you about it? I
think what scared me, number one, he's missing. Because a team the future teams will see that and they'll be like, okay, we're gonna make him shoot. And the second thing that scared me is the fact that Florida State brought it out, because teams haven't brought that out this year.
With us having a depleted backcourt, them bringing it out, it was kind of like, I wasn't shocked that they did this, because you kind of have to. You can't take away everything for Duke and our offense, the way we cut and the way we pass. It's hard to take away the guys from the wing, because none of them are stationary. We don't make one-on-one plays. So you kind of have to game plan some way. And I wasn't shocked to see them sagging off of Caden, which is 29% 3-point shooting. It's if you see that, of course, it's all right. But what I didn't, he missed the shots. That happens sometimes. The one thing that I loved about it is all 5 of those shots, every last time he caught it, it didn't matter if he missed the first one. He caught it and shot the very next time with confidence. He shot it quickly. You just got to do it. And then the second half, like you said, Shire kind of started inverting him, using him to set screens and put him in the dunker spot, you said a couple of times. Then a couple of times he actually took up the space. You have to do one or two things with that. You have to either shoot it every single time, shoot it with confidence, or B, take up the space, which I would rather see him do that. As we saw, he's a really good shot creator. He's a really good tough shot finisher, even amongst the trees. So he doesn't have to always just shoot the basketball, but he does have to always make the defense second guess. You can't have the defender playing home base or just playing center field in that particular situation. You kind of have to make the defense react to you, whether you shoot it quickly or attack it and take that space up. But he has the ability. The shooting, he's not as good a shooter as Caleb. We're not gonna kid ourselves with that. That's gonna be a sore spot that we're gonna miss. We're gonna miss Caleb's catch and shoot ability. But I mean, this is one of the things that he's been working on. And word to John Shire. John Shire has been vocal about how much work he's put in. He's shooting it with confidence. That's all you can really ask for. But so we're gonna see this, guys. Y'all just everybody brace yourself for this. We're gonna get guarded like this. But the thing that I love, John, and shout out to Coach Evan Braz, bro. He does not get enough credit. That man is a wizard. We ain't gonna have him long. Good Lord. That man is a wizard, because they will scheme up a way to where you won't be able to play 5-on-4. So I get why you would be scared, but I mean, I was cool as long as he was shooting it with confidence.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, a couple of things as it pertains to this. First of all, I'm kind of surprised that during the season that teams don't guard Cam Boozer this way as much, just from a sheer math perspective, right?
Yeah, me too.
Right now on the season, Cam scores 1.28 points per shot from 2 and 1.22 points per shot from 3. So the math, and not to mention if he's shooting a 3, it's harder for him to get the rebound than it is if he takes a 2. So I'm kind of surprised that they don't try to do that. Now, FSU tried to do that a little bit with Cam tonight, obviously, as we saw. They let him take a couple of 3s. Now Cam made them. So when you're making them, that fixes a lot of problems.
Cam does shoot 40% from.
Well, yes, correct.
And then
my point is that he is more likely to score a higher number of points per possession if he is taking a 2 inside than if he is taking 3s in general over the course of a sample size, right? So if you're a guy like Luke Laux, you probably would rather let Cam shoot 3s even as a 40% 3-point shooter because if he misses it, you're more likely to get a rebound, especially with Pat not out there. And if he's inside taking a 2, first of all, he's probably going to score more efficiently. And second of all, he's going to get that offensive rebound, which he did a lot tonight anyway. Right. So like, I think that there are going to be coaches that are going to choose this sort of money ball kind of approach to Duke anyway. As it pertains to Caden, you know, like I saw a lot of people bringing up the way that Trey Jones was covered in 2019 in the tournament, right? That gave people a lot of concern, a lot of flashbacks, right? I think that the big difference here is, you know, Trey Jones in ACC play in 2019, he was a guy who scored like 42% from 2, and Caden Boozer scores like almost 65% from 2. Once Caden gets into the painted area, his bag of finishing is really strong. Like, so I think that if he takes like a possession like this, like the one that's right here, he's got a couple of options here, right? He can fire away, which is going to be very tempting. And I'm sure that like John wants him to take a couple of these just to try to keep a defense honest. But if he takes a couple of steps forward, I feel pretty confident that like Caden is going to be a pretty plus finisher if he has a full head of steam going up against a guy like their Big White, who's probably what, 6'9" or whatever, right? Like Caden's still like 6'5" and like a sturdy 6'5" and a really good finisher at that. So if he's got a full head of steam, he also gets to the foul line way more than Trey Jones did as a freshman. And he's a good free throw shooter. He's a better free throw shooter than Trey Jones was as a freshman. Trey Jones is a phenomenal player, but I just mean as a freshman, the sort of way that teams were exploiting. And also that team couldn't shoot the 3 nearly as well as this team generally does. So it was a lot easier to just say, leave him alone, put 2 people on Zion, and also let RJ shoot and let Cam shoot and let, you know, like, let's just let them try to beat us that way. I don't think you can do that with Slim and with Dame from the corner and with some of the other people that we have on this team. So I would love to see Caden get, you know, sort of a full head of steam in possessions like this. I know he can be a little turnover prone sometimes, but I love his ability to finish inside in the painted area, floaters, get to the foul line, make your free throws. That sort of thing serves as, it gives us a lot of upside on offense once we figure out how to deal with defenses that are going to choose to guard him exactly this way. But I think we'll get there.
Yeah. I definitely commend Caden for his aggressiveness in the second half for sure. Even with these, you know, shooting woes, it didn't deter his confidence.
Not at all.
And
that's huge.
He's a winner, man. He's a winner. I guess the next concern, because it's in the comments as well, how worried should we be about free throw shooting? Because boy, tonight
I'm really worried about this. I'm not lying. I'm honestly, and then it's not even just like as a whole. I'm worried about the wrong guy going to the line at the wrong time. Like, I don't understand why Malik Brown is this bad of a free throw shooter. Like, he's a really bad free throw shooter.
41% on the season from free throw. Now, he's not taking a lot of them. He takes fewer than 1 take a game. You know, so I mean, like that's a really small sample, but I mean, last year was similar. He took less than 1 take a game and made 38%. Like, even when he was at Syracuse, his best season, he took fewer than 2 takes. Now he made 71% that year. But like, if he's never getting to the line, it's really hard for him to make those. I mean, I think that's a problem. Pat's obviously a much better free throw shooter and gets to the line way, way more than Malik does. Dame, not a great free throw shooter, obviously. You know, Caleb obviously being one of our worst.
He was bad too.
As well. We don't need to worry about, you know, that, at least in the short term. Caden obviously being a much better free throw shooter. But yeah, I think tonight was a little anomalous. We obviously got more Malik free throws than we normally would. Yeah. I mean, like that 0 for 4, if he doesn't take those 4, then it's still 10 of 19, which is not good.
You were bad. We were horrible from the free throw line tonight. Only person I honestly feel comfortable with going to the free throw line is Isaiah. And somewhat Cam. I mean, you know, because
Cam was still 7 or 9.
Yeah.
He started.
Cam is going to shoot enough to where the average is going to average out. Like, he's going to have a couple of misses, but it's probably going to be because he's shooting close to 10 free throws every night too. You know what I mean? So how many Cam shoot tonight? 9, 7 for 9. Yeah. So yeah, Isaiah's the only one I'd like feel like 100% confident with going to the line.
Yeah, if Malik doesn't take those free throws, then Duke shot 74% from the free throw line today, which
That's
is
cool.
normally
I'll take
what
that.
Duke shoots from the
Yeah,
free
I'll
throw
take
line, right? So that 0 for 4 just feels outsized because theoretically, like Malik should be making like 1 to 2
Yeah, because
of
didn't he
those.
miss both of all the free throws in the Carolina game too? He didn't hit a free throw in the UNC game, if I'm not mistaken.
I can look it up, but it's he made 2 of 3 against UNC, which is great. But he went 0 for 4 against
Okay, that's what I
NC
was thinking
State.
about. I knew it was one of them there. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, 2 for 3 was his best free throw shooting outing as a Duke player.
Yeah.
Literally, I just
That's
looked
his
it
best
up.
one.
Yeah, well, because he's never made more than 1 in a game as a Duke player, except Kansas. Kansas, he did 3 for 5. You could argue that that's better because 3 for 5 his junior year, and then he went 2 for 5 against Syracuse junior year. But he's only made more than 1 free throw 3 times as a Duke player, and never at this high percentage as the UNC.
I don't know. Like, that does worry me, man, because this game, if McCray hits that shot, that's all everybody is going to be talking about. Did we shot this from the free throw line? Like, 14 for 23, that's literally all every Duke fan would have been talking about if McCray would have hit that shot. It's the fact that this is Texas Tech all over again. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, I worry about it. I don't necessarily worry about it like being the reason why we'll lose if we are 100% healthy. But yes, it is problematic. And we get into like a clutch situation, and we are in a position where we are going to the line for a 1-and-1, and it's a tie game, and Dame gets fouled. I'm nervous as hell, bro. Like, I just am. You know what I mean?
It's tough. You just gotta pray we get the ball to Cam or Isaiah, and that's about
we
it.
do a really good job of getting the ball in the hands of the good foul shooters. I will.
Yeah.
Although Caden shoots almost 80% from free throw.
This team is really smart too, though. So, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's concerning because, like, you're a Duke fan. We've seen our season end. Hell, it ended last year at the free throw line with Tyrese Proctor. Like, you know what I mean? It's ended a few times, honestly, at the free throw line. Like, that would be like one of the biggest reasons why we like didn't win a tournament game. So as a Duke fan, you're gonna be naturally like, I don't know about this, but I mean, I think it's something that we can overcome.
Yeah, the four guys who take the most free throws are the 4 guys who are like the best free throw shooters, more or less on the team ish. Like I'm including Pat in there just because he takes a bunch of them. He only shoots like about 70%. And like, so Darren Harris technically is a better free throw shooter, but he's taking way fewer.
Stop worrying, man. Dave, we good, man. We good. Yeah, I'm not worried about us losing.
I'm not too worried about the free throws at the end of the day. I think as long as Duke can get Pat back and play Duke defense, that's the only thing. If you don't,
that's gonna be the medicine for a lot of stuff. Honest to God, it really is.
That is the medicine for the offense and the defense. Genuinely,
getting Gama back, exactly.
So that's everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll see how they come back tomorrow. Watching Clemson versus UNC right now. Clemson is up 3. I'll be very honest. Up 5. I don't want to play. I don't want to play UNC tomorrow. I don't.
No, I never want to play UNC. I hate playing UNC.
Honestly, I would rather play.
Clemson's gonna lose. We're gonna play.
No, I would rather play UNC than Clemson because Clemson is way more physical than UNC. I don't want to.
Clemson just lost their big man for the season, dude.
Yeah, they
lost Carter Williams, their best player, is out for the year.
They did. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
they lost him last night.
I mean, obviously UNC lost a very important player whose initials are also CW, but
they lost Wellington.
But UNC
has give me Clemson in. Give me Clemson.
UNC has more bodies to back that up than Clemson does.
Yeah, give me Clemson. Sure. I just want an easier game. If we gotta play 3 games in 3 days, bro, just give me the smoothest 3 games in 3 days. Like whatever. Yeah. Least physical game, give me that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The effect of playing UNC tomorrow just may not be worth it because that's a game that takes twice as much energy. Spliff is in the comments saying never want to play UNC. we own UNC. Sure, we can own UNC, but look at the
this
bigger
ain't
picture.
about that.
It's
And
still
like,
about that.
and what is with y'all fans? Like, what
Look at the blood pressure, bigger picture. You know what I mean?
yeah, like, what do we have to prove? We don't got nothing to. Why are y'all trying to prove points at this time of the year? Do these damn injuries not make y'all nervous enough? Like, why y'all still trying to prove points? We don't got nothing to prove against UNC. It is what it is, bro.
Also, no matter what the result is, no matter what team you play, I keep coming back to the point. Hold on, I'm gonna have to give some pass to somebody else.
He said, I'm trying to finish his statement. I don't know what he was gonna say. So anyway, yeah, I'm not.
Wait,
I
got you. Wait, I'm gonna talk on the go. I'm gonna talk on the go.
Go ahead.
None of it matters in terms of opponent or whether we win or lose. What matters is, do we have Pat back? That's all that matters. Because if we don't have Pat back in the tournament, there's not a lot we can do against some of these more physical teams, especially once you get the second weekend. Like, even some of those really physical 8-9 seeds would be a real punch in the mouth if all you've got is Malik. And if Malik gets into foul trouble, Cam can't guard fives. He can't. I mean, we saw it some today against Wiggins when Malik was out. I mean, like, Cam just is not a one-on-one. Like, if you are a team with a big man and Cam Boozer is the 5, post up every single possession, right? Like, that's just what you'd have to do. So if Pat's in, then Duke has a huge run in them if Pat can play to his full capability. And if Pat can't play, well, then that changes the outlook enormously, and there's no getting around that. So the ACC tournament, to me, because Pat's not in, I want to win it, because I always want to win the ACC tournament. I have a shirt that I buy every single year when Duke wins the ACC tournament. But the most important thing in terms of, can Duke cut down the nets, can Pat play? If Pat doesn't play, the answer is it gets insanely harder. But if Pat plays, even without Caleb coming back, if Pat is playing, we still have a very, very good chance.
Mm-hmm. I still think we're the favorites if Pat is out, though.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah. I'll take it slightly. I don't give a damn, long as we win it. I could care less.
Yeah. I know a lot of people, and that's the thing. A lot of people today, even Jim Boeheim after the game, said, well, if Duke plays a team that's a little bit bigger, I think it's a
little bit bigger. Illinois, like, that's it.
No, I mean, it's an ACC tournament.
Also, Illinois.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Too. Like,
I'm just saying, like, as far as size wise, like, it don't
in the mouth type big man. That's what he means.
But I actually think the worst matchup is the matchup they just saw.
Mm-hmm.
Like a team that is going to hit tough shots. They're going to get up shots fast. They're going to play fast, especially with a small rotation. Playing fast is not what we can do right now. We couldn't even slow them down because obviously we're missing Pat. I think that's the worst matchup, rather than a team that likes, to pound the ball inside and play at our pace that we love to play at. So I didn't really get that point. I get we're down a big with Pat, but
and also y'all do realize that we're gonna be okay by the time we get to see like a real big Pat will be able to be on the floor. So
hopefully,
yeah, unless we play UNC tomorrow, because based on
like we talk, if we make it to a Saturday and Virginia's on the other end, I'm legitimately gonna be concerned about that.
Yeah, they've got real size. They don't score a lot through that size, but they've got guys in there that can make our life harder. Yeah, I mean, the defense is better with Pat, and also the offense is so much better with Pat. Like, people don't. That's the thing that like kills me about all of the discourse that I saw. People might have seen on Twitter. I got into it with a couple people who were like, "Well, it's the lack of point guard. If Caleb's not there, then we don't have a point guard." And then, like, first of all, Caleb wasn't really our point guard. He was the guy that brought the ball up over the half court line, and then we run the offense through Cam Boozer. We run it through the big men. That's how we've done it basically all season. Now, Caleb's done a lot better down the stretch of getting some dribble, drive, kick out looks for sure. And Caden obviously has some of that in his bag as well. Didn't really do it much tonight. He's got it in there. But generally speaking, we run through the bigs. Everybody seems to be focused on this point guard thing when it's been so abundantly clear from day one. And Coach Shire's been explicit about it. Like, we are running our offense not through traditional point guard play. That's not the way that this Duke team was set up, and it's not the way that the offense is set up. So, like, I don't really know what that hubbub is about. The big problem for me, if everyone's talking about point guard, what about true rim protection? What about one of the guys who actually initiates a lot of offensive sets, which is Pat, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? You know, like, he is the straw that stirs the drink in so many ways for this team.
And
so,
honestly, like,
no.
And another thing, he's just with his skill set and him being so big, you cannot sag off of him as a big. Like, you would rather for him to catch it at the top of the key and shoot that three, but you still have to, like, you can't sag off and just protect the paint on Pat because of the level of passer he is. And that type of stuff does wonders for our offense. Like, wonders. Like, I can't, and like, when it would make me so mad when people would be like, I don't understand why Pat's so big. He just need to be in the block. Why he always at the top of the key? And like, that's like, it's why, man. Like, that's what opens everything up for us, though. So like,
and Malik's a good passer too, but Malik is always, he's good for at least 2 passes a game that make you go, huh?
Because Malik will try anything as a pass. Like, Malik is one of those people that
Malik likes the sweet passes. He likes the sweet passes. He tried at least once today to like catch a pass one-handed, and I was kind of like, what are we doing, dude? Grab the ball with 2 hands. Malik is an incredibly valuable player. It's just that, like, Pat doesn't turn the ball over like that. Like Malik does, you know, for everything that Malik brings, which is a lot. Like, let's be clear. Malik leads the team in turnover rate. You know what I mean? Like, in
that don't shock me at all.
In possessions where Malik is involved, he has a higher turnover rate than any other player for that same level of involvement, right? So, like, Pat doesn't have that, and Pat gets to the line so much more, and Pat's bigger, and Pat blocks more shots, and like again, I don't know, man. Like, it's a no contest, no brainer type thing, which is why I was so baffled that so much of the discourse was like, boy, oh boy, we don't have Caleb, we're cooked. Caleb is a great, experienced player who is very good in these big games, but Pat is going to be what determines how far we go this year.
I agree. Let's jump to a caller segment, and then we have a special guest joining us for the ending.
Oh God!
Hold on. Caller segment. I'm just tweeting it out to the people.
Shout out to Archangel keeping me posted on the Carolina Clemson score too. He keep posting the score like every couple of possessions.
Oh, shout out Archangel. We had
to keep it clean tonight, my boy. Keep it clean tonight.
We had to post that one, man.
Clean tonight, my boy.
That was a great. I hope we get
man,
more.
That was hilarious. Though.
I hope we get more out of pocket calls. But I don't want to encourage
that was dope.
I don't want to encourage it. But when it's earnest, you know, don't call in trying to be ironic about it. But like that is, I like the Henry Vasar call too last week. I thought that, or last game, I thought that was pretty good too. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't want to post it because the UNC fans would use it against us, and
because everybody too sensitive for that. They wouldn't have took that as a real joke. They would have took that way too far.
Yeah. Also, shout out to your username is wild, bro. But he said SMD and BITCH 348. He says he's in Spain, Madrid. He had to watch the full game, and he's still watching at 3 a.m. He's watching the Crazy Cast. We appreciate you, man. Just get a new username.
Muchas gracias.
Get a new username. Muchas gracias. You know. All right, let's jump to the calls. Let me get to we got a couple today. All right, let me see.
Do we have a timestamp on the call so that we know when during the game it happened?
Oh, no, everything happened after.
Oh, okay. I saw somebody in the Discord saying during the first half. Let me call into the Crazy Cast real quick. I was like, oh God, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you guys just are doing that. Just stop waiting until I tweet it out. Just whenever you want to, just air your frustration. I want to hear when we're getting smoked, what you guys are thinking.
I'd love to hear them call when we was down in the second half. We got down by 8.
Yeah.
People are panicking.
First caller, David.
Hey y'all, what a game. Holy. I think that'll probably be the closest game that we see in the ACC tournament, honestly. It's just, they just hit everything. Like, I've never seen the travels, the fouls, but I'm not going to complain about any of that. Isaiah Evans, and I low-key think Nick had a very good game as a backup point guard. I think he is someone pretty safe to put the ball in, and I think that'll help in March. But man, without Pat, it is a different team. I would say, especially defensively, but just the rhythm and the offense. I think Caden will have better games going forward. I think he just kind of needs to remember that he was playing before. I mean, he was getting minutes before on a number one team in the nation. I think he just needs to go back to who he was and not try to force anything or try to become Foster. But let's pray to God we get him back for the Final Four, baby. Go Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Duke, go Duke. Nick, definitely great job, Nick. I know we talked about it a little bit, but played a lot of point guard tonight. I mean, that was kind of his profile coming into college, that it was an elite passer at his size. Maybe not the best ball handler, and we've seen at points this season he has struggled, but he usually makes the right decision. Had a couple forced passes today, but overall, I think he played his role well, and you can't really ask much of that. One thing we did talk about Jamahal before is obviously Nick got a lot of minutes tonight.
But
Darren only got 8 minutes. I was not expecting that. I thought he was getting at least 15, 17 minutes.
Man, I don't even know what to say about that. Like, the fact that Darren only got 8 minutes when we came into the game with a 7-man rotation, and that quickly dwindled to 6 because Caden got into foul trouble. It was just like, that's a bad sign, bro. Like, I honestly, and I didn't think Darren played bad in the stint that he played. Like, I don't know, man. I don't understand what it is, why coach don't want to play Darren like extended minutes, but he just for whatever reason he has his pulse on this team. I don't want to be a couch coach because he knows the team better than what we do. He sees them every day. I just find it puzzling because I was for sure Darren would get about 15 minutes tonight. Like, we got to play tonight, bro. Like, I know you ain't playing Jack Scott. I know you ain't playing Cam Sheffield. Like,
right.
You got to play Darren, but Nick played extremely well, bro. Nick played.
Go ahead. Keep on.
No, I was just saying, like, he played really well. So I don't know, man, but I see y'all in the comments. I ain't gonna speak it into existence. I agree. I agree.
I think maybe because Russ did allude to this earlier before the show, maybe because during those minutes, I would have to go back and really watch to confirm or not. So I can't say definitively if Darren played well or not. I think those minutes Duke was -9. Yeah. So probably a stretch where they weren't playing great, and FSU was kind of running it up, and that's kind of ultimately why I started reverting back to a lineup.
If let's say we get Clemson tomorrow, I believe that could be a game where Darren can play more because FSU just plays too many guys that can just get to it. Clemson doesn't really have like now that I'm thinking about it, was really a bad matchup defensively. It was a bad defensive matchup for Darren in that game, but I mean, I don't know. John said, whatever, bro. We're going with 6 guys tonight. Like, we're going with 6 guys tonight.
He said
they got it done though. They got it done though. So man, I want Darren to play, man. I'm really like hoping against hope that Darren gets one of those games that like a Grayson Allen type game, like what he had against Wake Forest that year. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. But shout out to Nick, man. The versatility of that kid is amazing. I cannot wait to see what he looks like come year 3. Nick is gonna be like first team All-American type guy, bro. Like, he got so much versatility. Like,
when he puts on muscle, it's definitely gonna get scary.
It's gonna be scary for Nick.
What I missed?
Oh no, I was just we were talking a little bit about Nick, and then
Darren not playing.
I segued into Darren not getting any playing time in this 7-man rotation turn 6. You know.
Yeah, I would love to see Darren have that Grayson Allen 2015 moment. I'm not. I remain cautiously optimistic. What's the opposite of that? Where I'm like optimistic, but
not cautious.
But I have cautious. Yeah, I guess it is cautiously optimistic. Maybe
Aggressively optimistic.
Yeah, I'm not expecting it, but I'm hopeful for it. Right. As for Nick, yeah, I'm a huge believer in Nick. I mean, I thought he played really well tonight. Once the shot comes along a little better, I think he's a better shooter than he's let on this year too. I mean, like he was a good shooter in high school. So like, I think that for people gave him like the Con comparison for obvious skin tone related reasons and nothing else, which was unfair to him. I think he's very skilled.
Quite interesting.
Huh?
I said quite interesting.
Yeah, quite. Yeah. I think that he's incredibly skilled and he will come a long way. And I know he missed that back down that he had, but like the footwork looked good. I mean, like he should
have went off the glass with it. That was the only thing he did wrong.
He just hadn't had a lot of opportunity to do that this year. But like I think it's pretty clear from the footwork, as Zion has mentioned, and we'll mention it again. I think him playing the 4 or 4 type role in an offense, I do think serves him pretty well. Maybe next year he'll have, some more opportunities to do some of those types of possessions, depending on what the roster looks like. But yeah, I'm a big believer in Nick.
We was kind of joking, bro. Like he really did it though. Shout out to him, bro.
I wasn't joking. Definitely change it. If we gotta put your comments on the screen, I need some good usernames. Clean usernames.
You're right about that. Presentation is
3:30 in the morning in Spain is too late for the SMD.
Hey, that's funny. That is funny.
When it's that late, it's an advertisement. You know what I mean? It's a call to action.
Next caller, get what you need, Gwen.
That's what SMD.
Crazy cast. What a finish, man! Way to grit one out. First game in the ACC tournament. It's March. You get them how you get them. A win's a win. 1 point doesn't matter. Down 2 starters. Honestly, that's impressive. That's a good win against Florida State is a tournament team the way they're playing. That's a good win. In that second half when Duke went on that run, I was damn near slapping the floor in my living room. I was in the stance. I was D'ing up. Man, you couldn't tell me anything. Let's go, Duke. Love the show. Keep it up, fellas.
Appreciate you, Glenn.
Salute.
That run in the second half, because I was at what. That is crazy.
That is wild.
But that second half run, at some point, just the human in me, I was like getting a little worried. I was like,
I'm gonna tell you what got me worried during that run. Pat and Caleb was doing too much damn jumping over there on that sideline for me. They got a little too excited during that run, bro. I was like,
those boots, once your foot's in that boot, dude, there's not much. Those boots are sturdy, man. Like those boots are tough. Like,
no, I've never broken anything. I've never had a boot on, so I don't even know what they made. I just was like, hey, look, do y'all want to come back or not, fellas? Like, what y'all doing, man? Like, chill out.
That's why they're using the scooters,
Yeah.
The scooter did worry me a little bit for Pat, but and I'm gonna just say it's precaution. It's precaution.
Yeah. No, he's staying off it. I mean, like I tell you what, when I'm not a prime NBA caliber athlete. I think it's going to shock some of you to hear that I'm not a 6'10", I'm not an NBA level athlete. And I'm also like 15 years older than them when I had this injury. But like when I had a grade 3 ankle sprain, I got the scooter. Oh, the scooter is a dream. The scooter is the absolute best because you go from being worried about everything you do to being worried about none of it because you're not on your foot anymore. So then you can move around as much as you need. You can move around quickly. Like imagine going from the locker room to the bench without the scooter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much work. You're doing a lot more hobbling. It's probably going to mess with your hips a little more, your calves a little more, right? Instead, you can just scoot around. It's magical, and it's fun. It's fun. I recovered more quickly than if I had not had it. And again, I'm
It
an
looks fun.
old
It
guy
do
who is
look
not an
fun,
NBA
though.
athlete. So, like, I feel
Oh,
good. I
man.
feel good about them on the scooter. I think that's a responsible, good decision.
Good decision, Michael Saff. Anthony Shelton, next caller.
Yo, my nerves is way too bad for games like this, man. Especially in March when it's winter go home. But it's good that Duke showed that they can win close games like this, because we're gonna play against lesser talent the whole rest of the way. And if they can come through in the clutch, especially when they're down in the second half, especially with foul trouble, I mean that bodes well for the team. So glad they got the dub, win and survive. On to the next.
Yo, that man looked like he sounded like he was recovering from that game. Yo, he was.
He
Hey,
hit
man.
that yo and took a dramatic pause.
Yeah.
I mean, but some fans is like that, though. I get it. I don't even really want to talk y'all off the ledge if you up there, because we ain't lost in a while. Like, it's been a while it's been a month since we've lost a game. So, and it's honestly been a month since we've had we've not even played a close game in a month. So I can understand why some of the fans would be just like, oh my gosh, like, you know what I mean? But as long as we win the game, man, this team is tough, bro. I'm not really worried about this team in a tough, close game situation, man. This team got all the way, so I'm good.
I'm thinking about it in Walk Hard when he's like, you're going to have to give him a moment, son. Dewey Cox has to think about his entire life before he plays. You know?
Oh, man. All right, next caller. Derek Isaiah Evans season nearby like a 10-time caller.
Yeah,
Shout
bro,
out to you,
all
man.
the time.
Hey, Crazy Cast, Derek here. I've had to redo this call a couple times because my heart is just like coming back to life. Like, I actually stopped for a good 7 seconds when Boozer got blocked and McCray had that last shot. I was very worried we weren't going to come out there with a win, which would have been, absolutely devastating. But we move on to tomorrow. We're battle tested in every single way tonight, and as we are going to be as we continue throughout this ACC tournament with only 7 guys, we're going to be tested to the max every single night. And we just got to find a way to just win by one. And all that matters is survive in advance, however ugly it is. Isaiah Evans carried us that first half. Man, I mean, he's gonna have a lot of shots. He's gonna be called on a lot, and we get games like that from him. We'll be all right. I know a lot of the Duke fans are probably gonna say, "Oh, Kaden Boozer, got that Trey Jones treatment freshman year on defense," but like I think he can use like that space well. Like he can like drive in that lane. You saw John switch it up and put him as the screener for his brother, and he used that space very well. Got to the lane, got the N1. So I just think they gotta like kind of piece it together, ways for him, to feel the most comfortable out there. And I feel like today he kind of just like started off on the wrong foot. When they came off sagging, he had like turnover, 2 fouls. So like it was just like a bad start from the jump. So we just got to be patient with him. He'll be ready for tomorrow. The coaching staff will be there. So let's go. See you guys tomorrow.
Yeah,
That was a good call, bro. That was a really good call.
Yeah, cover a lot of things we talked about. What'd you say, Russ?
Slim shooting in ACC play is insane, man. He's shooting like 8. If you include today, he's shooting like 8 times a game, almost 40% on 8 attempts a game. I mean, this is the guy we expected all year. I mean, like, and he's as quiet as kept because he's had a couple of games that like didn't go so well, but then he counterbalances it with a 7 for 16, right? Like, this is kind of what he did last year. I mean, but going almost 40% in ACC play on that volume is ridiculous.
Should have been second team.
I want to respond to Tech Man Dave too real quick. No, I do not be nervous. I did get a little tense when they cut the lead when Jones hit that. No, like yeah. I mean, because honestly, like I was serious. At halftime, I had already like got in my mind like, bro, of course I want to win this game, but I wouldn't mind a week rest, bro. Like I'm not even gonna trip. It's not Carolina beating us. If Duke lose, no, I don't want to lose, but I had already like came to grips with that at halftime. So once we went on the run, I mean, of course, I'm in the house jumping up and down. I did get a little tense when Jones hit that step back three after Cam hit the three to put it at 8, and then Jones hit another one to cut it down. I was like, okay, so they really not gonna go away. We're gonna be in the game, like, you know what I mean? But no, not nervous. I will be nervous next week, though. I promise to God, I'm gonna be nervous as hell.
I think that Slim, in looking at his numbers, man, like he's got to be one of the top for the volume that he's shooting. He's got to be one of the top 3 shooters in the ACC. And most of the other guys who are shooting at his volume and at his high percentage, they don't finish as well as he does. They don't shoot as many twos as he does. I mean, like, he's just a ridiculous offensive weapon that, I think that people sleep on how good he's been this year.
Yeah, for sure. CPX33, we do allow curse words, just no curse words that are above the, the cancel ones. Don't go crazy. You don't get too comfortable. If you say S word in there, that's fine. But
it's gotta be earnest. It's gotta be like, don't just call in and be a South Park movie about it. If one slips out
curse words on the call, bro, like.
If an S word or whatever slips out in the heat of passion, I think that's fine. It's but be reasonable, because if you say like too many, or if you say the wrong curse words, we're gonna fry you. So that's the other thing. Yeah. We're gonna cook you. So
I'm definitely gonna cook you. Good.
Yeah, we never banned a caller yet. That's still possible. Next caller. Cade.
Made fun of callers.
Shout out to Cade, my guy Cade, calling in.
What's up, guys? Quite the game we just had to put our hearts through here on a Thursday night. Thank God for Isaiah Evans becoming the Florida State killer that he has become over the past 2 years. Cam Boozer, I thought, kind of had one of his rougher games offensively. Missed a lot around the rim, but I really did appreciate his energy, and just, he seemed real animated out there. I know the commentators mentioned that. Thought that was a pretty big uptick from previous games. One thing I thought was weird was DH kind of seemed to get his normal minutes, so I just, concerned about the coaches trusting him at this point with such a short roster, such a limited rotation. ACC quarterfinal games have just kind of become nightmarish for me at this point, so hopefully we can go get it done tomorrow. Go to hell, Carolina.
Go to hell, Carolina. We're rooting for Clemson, buddy. We're rooting for
100%
Clemson.
rooting for Clemson. Let's go.
Why does it look like these Big 12 games are in black and white? You know what I mean?
Because
it's
like
damn court.
It's like that glass court, but it makes everything else look like it's a film noir. You know what I mean? It's weird.
Yeah.
Just catching it out of the corner of my eye. Do you guys, when a call begins, do you want to take bets on whether the word "freaking" is used? Sometimes
I want to hear Brett call who was asking if he could curse. I want to hear what he sounded like. Somebody
of a call. I'm sitting here going, we're going to get a freaking out of this guy. I'll tell you that right now. No, I mean, that was a good call. All the callers have been good today.
Cade made a good point. I didn't even realize Isaiah had 28 versus FSU first game this year, 32 tonight. He had 19 last year against FSU. So
especially this year, they play the style he loves.
He been frying FSU. I'm glad we don't got to play him. I'm sick of FSU. I'm glad that it's over. You're 26, 27.
Next caller is Ryan E.
I don't know if you caught this, Zion, but shortly after you tweeted that they're giving Caden Boozer the Ben Simmons, Trey Jones treatment during the big Duke run, John put Caden as the ball screener with Cam running point on that play. They then doubled Cam. It allowed Caden to short roll and play 4-on-3, got downhill and got that and one to give Duke the lead by 8 points. Huge chess moves from our guy, John Shire, an elite chess master.
Wait, why did
Let's
he
keep
say
it going.
Trilly? Did you hear Trilly? I thought he said Trilly.
Chili?
Oh.
I didn't hear that.
Oh.
I think that
yeah, we covered that already.
I mean, we covered that, but I do want to but astutely noted, Because if we said it, it was a great point, and you made that call before we talked about it. So great point.
Yeah.
I think that there's this year's offense, again, not to go back to like the big men initiating the offense a lot, but like the sheer amount of times we see Slim setting a screen, right? Or that we see guards. I mean, when Caleb was playing, watching Caleb set a screen,
we run those inverted pick and rolls.
When you have big men who can pass that well and who can do what Cam and Pat and even Malik can do, then you can run all these cool, creative things. I mean, like, I think that just opens the door for what John really wants to do. And, that sort of adjustment in order to get out of a sticky situation with Caden, I think this is why he's coach of the year, I mean, like, it's great stuff. It's why you build a roster in this way.
For sure. Next caller, Kyle, not Flip. Hold on, let me refresh this. Okay.
Hey guys, once again, trying to be positive, but I still feel like we're going to miss Caleb Foster so bad. Caden, I'm still going to give him time. Still got hope, but end of the day, a win is a win, and try to keep everybody healthy and just keep on going. Once again, thanks for everything y'all do.
Yeah,
we're gonna miss him, man. Yeah, of course we're gonna miss him, but I don't think I don't want Duke fans to just keep obsessing over this. Like, he is going to be missed, but that blow can be absorbed a lot cleaner than the Pat Gamba one. As long as Gamba is playing, we can't keep stressing this enough. The Pat Gamba one is the one that we will truly, truly miss if it is an extended period of time that he's out. But we're gonna miss Caleb, man. But we can pick up the pieces from that. 6 is enough because John ain't playing 7. He showed you tonight. 6 is enough.
He'll play 7 when Pat gets back. But I mean, I
think
agree.
Darren gonna play tomorrow, though. I think Darren gonna get more of a.
I mean, hopefully, I would hate us to have a 6-man rotation back-to-back games playing 30 minutes. But
now I want to see Brock hoop. Now Brock got to get on the floor. We got to blow somebody out so Brock can get some smell.
Yeah, man. But I think we'll be fine as long as Pat gets back in the tournament. Even if it's second round, we shouldn't need him for that first round. What happened, Russ?
No. I mean, I'm just doing parenting things. So I'm
you good? You good?
Yeah. There's 1 or 2 8, 9 seeds that like to play through the interior where I'd prefer to have Pat to make things a little less annoying, obviously, but definitely for the first game we shouldn't need Pat. But Pat's the key. Pat's the key.
Yeah,
might be Lehigh. We'll see.
They're definitely gonna do that.
Last caller, Ted.
I'm sitting here with the guys that just won the game. It's the 7 Samurai. That's who Duke's got right now. Warriors. 7 is enough. And the 7 Samurai are going to get it done. Keep it rolling. Because the 7 Samurai never die. Let's go.
Oh, man. Let me go clap it up for my guy Ted, man.
Yo, he be going extra hard, bro. Shout out to him, man. He be going extra hard.
That is my favorite caller, man.
10 out of 10 for creativity. I'm gonna give you that. Sure.
Shout out to Ted, man. That guy's a legend. Yeah. But hopefully tomorrow,
I heard that call. That was wild.
He won't lie though. This team, we do got some warriors though.
No, we do.
Team's full of warriors, bro.
I feel like the 7 Samurai doesn't end well for the 7 Samurai, though. I
haven't even seen it, so
I don't know the reference. What is that? Explain to us, Russ.
That's a movie by Akira Kurosawa that was then also remade as the classic western, The Magnificent Seven. I think that a lot of them die. Spoilers to movies that are 50 years old but plus.
I'm probably not gonna watch it ever. So
I mean, phenomenal movies. Let's be clear, but definitely worth your time. Way better than watching Love Island season 20 or whatever. But
I've really never watched an episode of Love Island. So
what do you watch, Jamal?
if it's not basketball, I'm watching something on A&E like First 48. I love them type shows. You know what I'm saying?
First 48.
That's my favorite show outside of anything like basketball related. The First 48 is my favorite show. I'm literally one of those guys.
You're just a big fan of you're a big fan of hearing how people got murdered. That's your
I don't know, man. I just been watching it for a long time, and now it's a thing. I literally I had the set when we had DVDs. I've seen literally every episode that's ever been aired. I set it to record every Thursday, so you know what I mean. I'm doing this. I'm gonna be watching it later on tonight. I'm gonna watch the episode that came on.
Just tonight. a big fan of murder.
I don't know, man. I like realistic type stuff, but other than that, I don't watch nothing but sport. That make my wife mad. She's like, all you ever wanted to watch is a basketball game. That's all you ever want to watch.
Does she like First 48?
No, she don't like that type of stuff. She don't like violence, and she can't stand me watching that type of show. Like she don't like it.
All right,
I think once I used to be like, hey, let's watch a Criminal Minds, and my wife was like, no, and she was like, and I was like, why you like the show? And she was
enough.
She was
enough
like,
about the
it's
shows.
nighttime, and I have to walk home alone at night sometimes. I was like, okay, fair enough. You don't want to watch the murder show. Fair enough.
Oh man. All right. So I gotta bring in a special guest. Someone said, "Why are we not saying anything about Caden?" What
we done talked about Caden the whole episode.
What do you want us to say? He was guarded by the five. We literally had a segment that covered that whole conversation. Rewind. Malik joining an hour into the show. Come on, bro.
That's why he literally just got here. He had to.
We got a special guest, man. We got a special guest. I promise this guy we gotta give him a chance on the show. Our biggest commentator, our leader of the comment section, my guy Monty.
Let's go.
Where you at, man? That was good.
Wow.
What up?
Hold on. We gotta get a round of applause for Monty, man. We gotta get.
Yeah, you gotta bring him in right.
How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Welcome to the show, man.
How's it going?
Good, man. We appreciate you. We always appreciate you keeping the comment section lively and always the support. So
yeah, we have to be having the stats on fire too, ready to go off the rip.
Have all the references. I got some shoulders.
What is going on?
Russ, get off the comments, bro. Stop playing the comments. What are you doing? My goodness.
What is going on, bro?
It's too wild to not put on the screen, man. I thought Monty would like that. I thought Monty would like knowing.
No, that's crazy, bro.
Okay. Monty, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? How you feeling about this team?
Honestly, after I watched a little bit tonight. I had like some other prior engagements, so I was just like, when you hit me up, I was just like, dang, like maybe I was like, hopefully we get to tomorrow because I was watching the score. I was like, dang, I was trying to get to the ACC tournament, and then I was like, this might not be the right time. I might have jinxed it, so I was just like trying to watch it, but nah, it's kind of rough. I watched a little bit of the Caden minutes, and I was just like, yeah, if this man has to play 34, 35 minutes, like it's gonna be tough. Not saying it's his fault. I mean, obviously we got like Caleb's out, Pat's out. There's no really backup or whatnot, so it's just like you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, I really like Slim's minutes. I mean, not his minutes, but his point production. I mean, obviously they're gonna focus up on Cam Boozer, so it's just like, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, I was watching the first half a little bit, and I was just like, man, I hope they don't take both of them out because I was like, yeah, this rotation is not gonna be ideal. I was not trying to be on Twitter too much during this game because I was like, if Zion bring me on, I was like, I don't want to ruin like all my takes, but it was just like trying to.
I don't think we need to play Caden 34 minutes. I mean, we played him 22 tonight, and his minutes were minus in the plus minus column. You know, obviously he made a couple big plays down the stretch, but you know, I kind of think, and I forget if I tweeted this or if I just texted people this. I don't know what it is, but like I think that lineup of like Slim, Nick, Dame, Cam, Malik. I mean, that first of all, huge lineup. Second of all, you still have a lot of passing and shooting and like a diversity of skill set there. I mean, like I like what Caden brings to the table as a finisher inside and as an assist guy, but like you could if he's struggling easily throw in Nick and play some of those as well.
People disappointed in you.
Right, that's right.
They disappointed him.
Not Shire, man.
No,
Not
Shire, man. Better than Shire.
That's funny, yo.
We would have settled for Brock Davis.
Yeah.
Brock Davis of all people. They might need to play him.
You was I got what you were saying though. I don't know. It was big that like what Russ was saying is true. It's never probably not going to have to be extended like that. And Shire showed you today foul trouble, or if it's a situation where like Caden just like he got in foul trouble and he wasn't really playing good, like maybe like the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game. But we got enough versatility, bro, that we can survive the minutes, and that's really all you want to do when your bench is shorthanded. You just got to survive minutes. Like, just eat up minutes until you can get to a home stretch, and we're capable of doing that. But Caden is going to be fine, y'all. Don't let this that first 5 or 6 minutes of the game, like, formulate your opinions into thinking that he's not going to be good enough to survive this Caleb Fosterless storm. Like, he's more than good enough for this. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Especially once Pat's back. I mean, like,
is he?
We'll be very, very fine.
Yeah, you trying?
They all go with that, man. And y'all gotta stop because y'all know these fans will take stuff and run and jump off.
Yo, I do not have any source. We haven't got no sources on.
Yeah, because somebody put that in the comments, Zion. When you said that, like Zion, what you know, something we don't know. Like no, this with y'all, man. That man was probably He was trying to play the Carolina game, and that was encouraging for me. The fact that he was out there warming up, and they was like, "Well, you sore? It ain't worth it. Chill."
Yeah. Honestly, I watched the warm-up, but I thought he was gonna play. I was like, oh, you know, and then
people said he looked fine.
Yeah. I thought. I mean, which is cool. I'm 100% on board with Shire erring on the side of caution with this. Like, I don't have no problem with this decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah, these games don't matter. I mean, they matter like emotionally, but they don't matter for the big vision, right? Like that's all that matters. You know, you rest him until next Saturday or Sunday. And then roll him back out.
I'm trying to get the 6 sites. I don't see nobody posting sites anymore. Is that bad luck now? Like, have we all jumped off? Okay. I figured it was, and so I just didn't want to speak about it because I was like, I don't know if this is like jinxing us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, Duke even stopped saying sites on.
I noticed that too. Yeah, they did.
It's the worst phrase at this point. Like
it was pretty cool if we would have got it like sometime soon.
It was cool like a year after the like,
it was really cool after 15. Like it was really cool after that. You know,
we're committed. We're committed.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think about if they got to play the first 2 rounds with only 6 players?
Texas Tech been beating everybody all year with 6 players. We cool. Like, I mean, I mean this. Like, I know everybody panics about the depth. Depth is one of the most overrated things in basketball. I promise to God, you don't need it until you need it. Like, and you don't know that you need it until you're in a dire situation. Like, if you are in a situation where like injuries, foul trouble, like that's when you realize like all right, we might need a couple more players. But if everything is like, those are situations like the worst of the worst type situations. If we in a normal type situation, the 6 players that we can run out there is good enough to beat 95% of Division I, bro. Like, this team is still extremely talented. Like, it's still pros on that floor that we trotting out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I just worry that like the games get a little too close, and it's like, especially like tonight, and then whoever I thought I saw the score earlier that Clemson was up at halftime, but you never
They're by
know.
11 right now.
Oh shit!
And
But
I'm not worried about playing Clemson at all. Clemson can't score at all, like at all. So give me that, I suppose. Especially, I didn't know Wellington was out, especially with Wellington out.
And they'll be playing their third game in 3 days. So
yeah,
they'll be a little
attrition.
gas.
It's a war of attrition battle right there.
I thought AJ the Banzo was gonna try the 5 days and 5 nights, and finally got
tried it. Yeah. They were cooking tonight against Houston.
They just don't guard nowhere near good enough to like make any type of serious run. Like even with the talent that he is, and as scary as like the prospect of him going completely nuclear is, they don't defend like not even like not it's not even, you can't even mention the championship level. They're not even nowhere near that. Like they don't defend good at all. So
they say you're gonna jinx it, Jamal.
CP, bro.
I man, listen, that sounds like I don't know who the hell on Clemson gonna drop 30. Not nobody on this Clemson team.
But that is interesting though, because it'll be interesting who the 8-9 is on our side of the bracket.
It's gonna be Miami of Ohio. For
imagine, I think they'll be 11.
They won't be that high. They're
gonna put them in Dayton. They're gonna put Miami Ohio in Dayton. Probably.
Yeah.
Even if they don't put Miami in Dayton, which I hope they don't, but like even if
they're gonna put them in Dayton.
I know. Zion's a well-known hater, but if
big Miami hater,
he's a big Miami.
Oh,
hater.
I am too. There
we go.
It's only Russ. Man.
It's only Russ.
I know. They really want some
fun police.
They want some 500 teams with $20 million NIL budgets.
Yeah, man. Like
Mark Pope. Oh, my bad.
Fun police.
Yeah. They want Indiana in here. Yeah, the one I've sort of been on record as wanting to avoid is TCU. Not even because TCU, like on their surface, is scary because they lost to like a 200 team, like in New Orleans, right? Like, but they're the only team out of that.
Kansas right now.
Not no more. I think they beat Kansas before. I think they beat Iowa State at Iowa State. Like I'd have to go back and look, but they have at least 3 wins, like neutral or on the road against teams that are like top 2-3 seed type teams. Now they've also lost to like Utah, right? But like. I want an 8-9 seed team that hasn't lost anybody bad, but has never beaten anybody good. Like those are like the perfect ones. You know what I mean? Like I really want one of those. Those ones that if they get hot could beat a really, really good team.
Yeah.
Like TCU almost beat Michigan. People forget that. They almost beat Michigan.
It was like the first month of the season.
It was early. You know
what I mean?
They did. Did they play Florida? They might have competed against Florida.
Yeah. No, they did. They beat Florida. TCU beat Florida.
Yeah, they beat Florida, dude. All right. You know what I mean? Like they could go to a different bracket.
That was Florida's first loss to TCU.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the TCU game before or after Michigan had won the Vegas tournament by like 40 points?
That was before.
It might have been before.
That was before they went to Vegas. You know what I mean? So,
hey,
it is what it is. Honestly, if we win tomorrow, I think with all things considered that we pretty much, as long as Michigan don't win their tournament by a total of like 30 every single game, we should lock up the number 1 overall seed.
I'm
and
hoping,
that will make it past that much. Like
I'm not too worried about overall seed at the end of the day. I mean, as long as they're the 1 seed, that should matter.
But the number 1 overall, like that, it's like you generally will have an easier path.
There's a trickle down effect. You're not going to get the top overall 2 seed no matter what. And you're also, I think it makes it far less likely that we would face an Arizona or Michigan, if I recall correctly, in the Final Four. Now that's looking way ahead, right? You still have to beat all these other teams first. But
that's
like,
one of those things that it does matter. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter, but
it matters. Yeah, right. It matters down at the end if you get there. And so, like, you want to set up a scenario in which, hopefully, knock on wood, once you get there.
Paul, brother, let's not talk about your tweets, brother.
But that's also the thing. I mean, obviously the Final Four is the Final Four. You're gonna play whoever.
Yeah.
I prefer to play Arizona rather than Florida, in my opinion.
That's fair. There's also,
I've
seen people make the argument there's a chance that UConn is the top overall 2 seed, and it might be better to play them.
I'll take UConn. I would take UConn.
You know what I mean? Like, it might.
Yeah.
I would rather have either UConn or Michigan State as the 2 seed.
I don't want Michigan State, not because I don't think Duke can win, but because I don't want to play another team that just pummels the hell out. Like, I want to avoid the pummeling teams if humanly possible.
Yeah, that's true. If we're full strength, I find it really hard for a team that doesn't score well to beat this Duke team. Like,
well,
I don't
that assumes Michigan State even gets there. Yeah, like they might not even get there. But I don't want Caden Boozer kicked in the nards by Jeremy Fears.
Nah, for real.
Jeremy Fears is like he's going to do a tap dance on Darren Harris's rib cage and then be like, "What I do?" Tom Izzo will be like, "Oh, the media is reporting." just because he tapped on a guy's rib cage, people tap dance on rib cages, but the media.
Why y'all shooting Tom Izzo all this grace? Why he don't get like criticism?
If Coach K said that, bro.
No, I ain't saying you. I'm talking about
like
in general. Media, like
old. I'm a blue collar coach who meanwhile has 4-star and 5-star coaches every single year. Right? He's like, oh, I'm a blue collar coach who has 3 4-stars and 2 5-stars on his roster. You know what I mean? Blue collar just means they can't play offense. That's all it means. You know, it's like ridiculous when they try to claim that. Hadn't won a title since 2002 or whatever.
Oh man,
you know,
still in the champions tax somehow.
2000. Sorry.
Yeah, with the year Mateen Cleveland and won that title.
It's literally been 25
years. It was a couple months after Y2K. You know what I mean? Like that's how long.
That's the whole Big Ten.
That's how long ago that joint.
No, it is. Wait, they haven't won a title since then, right?
No, of course not, dude. You have to be able to shoot the ball. Look, they're really good. They're a good program. He's a great coach. I'm not even trying to say anything like that, but it is pretty wild that people still wheel out the like January, February, Izzo, April. When
Rothstein, bro.
Yeah, he's trying to sell more T-shirts. But like the 5 of the last 7 years or whatever, hadn't it? Like, what's Izzo's record in March in the last 6 to 7 years? I
don't know.
Obviously, he had a big win against us, which does count. But on the broader scheme,
he lost a lot against us too.
I think he beat us twice in his career in the tournament.
He won a big one that mattered, and Michigan State fans love to say that canceled out all the rest of them. You know,
even though he lost the Final Four in 2015 by like 32.
Team did not,
and they lost in what was the other year they lost in 1999? I was there. I was at that game.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I'm old.
I was there. I was gonna say, damn. I
was 17
3 years old.
No,
I wasn't 3 years old. Get out of here.
I was 3 years old, bro.
He was taking his GRE, and I was there. You know, I was on a field trip.
Yo, Clemson is right now dogging UNC.
Don't shock me. Don't shock me at all.
16.
What was the spread?
I think
UNC
it was
what?
1.5.
UNC won?
It might have been Clemson.
UNC was the favorite?
I don't know.
UNC had to have been the favorite.
Someone correct that in the comments.
Ain't no way UNC should have been a favorite against them, bro.
UNC without Caleb Wilson and Clemson without Carter Welling, dude.
I keep forgetting that Welling got hurt. I keep forgetting.
Not to mention they beat most everybody except for Duke since they lost Caleb Wilson.
Yeah,
they beat Louisville. They lost the Miami game immediately after playing us, and then they've beaten literally.
They lost to NC State too, and but NC State really don't count because they ain't had Vasar or Wilson.
They got their own problems.
Yeah.
Will Wade's like, I thought I'd be coaching at Kansas next year. What am I doing here? You know,
Clemson 1.5.
Clemson 1.5. I mean, I stand
Can we
corrected.
talk about that 18? Was it 17.5 spread?
Oh
Duke
yeah,
had
that was crazy.
without two starters. Like
we knew every Duke fan kind of knew that was not. I mean, some fans.
I'm not gonna
in
lie.
Discord-
I thought Duke would win rather easily. I didn't think that. I thought that.
Yeah, 17
FSU
seemed aggressive.
I didn't think it would be that much, but I thought Duke would win by double figures.
It was a vote of no confidence in Florida State, even more than it was a vote of confidence in Duke, which I thought was a little wild given what we talked about in terms of FSU's play since January started.
Yeah.
If I was still gambling, I would have done the emotional hedge bet in a big
if you were still gambling.
If I was still gambling. Yeah. On sports. Yeah.
Yo, that's funny, bro.
If I was still gambling. Then I would have done it. Diane knows that used to be a standard, the emotional hedge bet. That used to be a good luck charm for Duke. I'd lose some money and Duke would win. It was great. It was perfect. Just put your disposable income, towards your emotions.
Yo, they are blitzing them. They are. I'm hoping we're about to finish this. We're about to wrap this because we gotta do a show again tomorrow. This is an 18-point league. I hope I'm not jinxing it. So knock on wood. But
Clemson's blown.
Hey, you know what I hope? I hope they do come back. I hope the game go to quadruple overtime, and then I don't give a damn.
that didn't help Stephen F. Austin, dude. McNeese went to triple overtime and then beat the Stephen F. Austin, dude. Yeah. Insane. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Amir Khan back in the NCAA March Madness. Hey, shout out to Lehigh Mountain. Let me not do that.
Oh no.
Did I read this wrong? Didn't he go back to McNeese because NC State promised him some NIL and then he got there and then NC State was like, nah. Yeah. Like we're not going to give you a bunch of money to carry a boom box, dude. It's not. Have you seen the economy? You know what I mean? People got mortgages. You know what I mean? We're not going to give you money for carrying a boom box. I'm sorry. I'm sure he's a great guy, but like, come on, give me a break. You know what I mean? Not in this economy. Come on.
Oh man.
It's like, well, we could give the money to Amir Khan, or we could pay for 1/2000th of a missile we're gonna send overseas. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Oh man. Fellas, any last thoughts before we got Monty? We appreciate you coming on, brother. Any last thoughts?
If it is Clemson, hopefully they won't be shooting the lights out like they are right now. I mean, obviously, Carolina is kind of trash. I mean, it is what it is. Like, without Caleb Wilson, they probably get the bedazzled belt in their own gym. So, but other than that, I mean, tomorrow night, I think it's the late game. They redid the schedule, obviously, because of Duke. And
we got the 9:30 game tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, bruh.
I'm off tomorrow night anyway, so.
Ooh, West Coast Life 6:30 game.
Shut up. Shut up.
I'm gonna have my best bandana on.
It's gonna be interesting tomorrow about the crowd because Clemson is really close to Charlotte. So,
I feel like Duke got to beat Clemson and Charlotte.
No, they do. It's just gonna be interesting to see. Like,
where's my come on son sign? Where'd it go?
Yo, I will say
it's gonna be interesting to see how many fans show up. Because I know if it would be Carolina, I know that they would have the crowd advantage. They're gonna have more fans.
Before we get out of here, I didn't get to play two sounds today because no one earned it. But I did add 2 sounds, so I'm gonna play it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Someone's getting that as some.
Didn't I tell you to put that sound in there?
You might have.
On somebody else's call, I think I said I wish we had that sound, and I thank you for adding that. That's great. We'll use that on callers in the future. That's great.
Someone is getting that. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Other sound?
Oh, the other sound was just booing.
I like the oh brother, this guy stinks one more. I'll be honest.
That's funny, yo.
We play the whole thing. There's silence on the thing, and then he just goes, "Oh brother, this guy stinks."
We'll be back tomorrow, y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in with us. Maybe a long weekend. I don't know. We'll see how far we get.
Speaking into existence, we're gonna be here all weekend, Zion.
Yeah, man. We'll see. We'll see. But we appreciate the opportunity. We're back tomorrow. Go Duke. Go Clemson.